Hey guys, welcome back to the Dazzle. We just got done with finals and we are so relieved because finals suck. And this semester was especially tough. I mean, for me, I can't really complain too much, but Garrett was taking like 18 credits.
I was taking exactly 18 credits.
Yeah.
So that was tough, on top of working and everything. So
yeah. He's doing a double major and a minor. I'm just doing a major in human development, which is still a lot. Lots of reading and stuff. But that, on top of work, was not fun. So we're just going to try to do a lot of fun things in these 6 days that we have before spring term starts, because we're taking spring and summer classes too. So today we are going to make a fun recipe with you guys.
Oh yeah, to celebrate finals, we're bringing another recipe that's actually an Ecuadorian recipe, since we brought you one from France last time.
Yep, so it's my turn to cook, and we're going to be making something called Encocado de Pollo, which is basically chicken cooked in like a coconut sauce. And I had this a couple of times in the city of Quevedo. So it's actually originally made with fish, but the sister who made it for us made it with chicken, and honestly, it was one of my favorite dishes there. So hopefully I'll make it and it'll turn out all right. I got the recipe from her, so I'm gonna do my best.
Oh yeah, so follow along with us. We got the ingredients list and we'll be letting you know everything that you need in order to make this recipe too.
Yep.
You ready? Let's go.
Okay, so we have our ingredients here pre-chopped for your viewing pleasure. So one of the main ingredients, of course, is going to be chicken. We have that over here.
Oh yeah.
It's in a
Big
big
bowl.
glass container because we bought a big pack and I only used part of it the other day, so that's where we stored it. And then we're going to need some coconut milk, so I just got a can of coconut milk. The way that the person who made this for me, she was actually really cool. She like got coconut and blended the coconut and made her own coconut milk, but I'm lazy, so got some coconut milk. And then here in this little container we have 1 tomato, about 1/4 of an onion, and 2 little wedges of bell pepper.
And the tomato is like a smaller-ish tomato. It's not like
just
a big
just a Roma tomato and a little bunch of cilantro. And we're gonna need 3 cloves of garlic and some cumin, and we'll have salt and pepper as well. And then this is one of the more important ingredients as well. This is achiote, and I think here in the States they call it a natto paste.
I've never heard of it.
I had never ever used it before.
If you see it in like the international aisle, it's spelled like Achiote.
Yes.
So achiote, like that.
Yep. And in Ecuador they use it a lot. It gives a really nice color to the food, and they have it in a lot of different forms. They usually just have an oil that has achiote in it, or I think it's actually made from, I don't know. But we have the paste, so we're going to work with what we have.
It's going to make the color really nice too. It's going to pop. So.
Yep, so let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our little container of peppers, tomatoes, onions, and cilantro, and we're going to throw it into the pan. I put a little bit of oil in there, so we're just going to let that start to cook. Just get that all in there. Okay. So I use my hands a lot when I cook, but I promise they are clean. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to take our garlic and we're going to crush it, and then we'll throw it in there as well. Okay, so we just added our garlic. Sorry, it looked like I was beating it. I had to get it crushed. So we're just going to let this keep sauteing for a little bit. And I'm going to add some of the achiote paste. So I'm just going to add, I'm kind of just guessing, about like a tablespoon. I'm thinking that's about a tablespoon. We're just going to squeeze it out, throw it in there, and maybe a little more. We want it to get that nice color. And it also adds some good flavor to it. And we'll let that keep cooking. So while we're waiting for this to finish sauteing, I'm going to take the coconut milk and we're actually going to just blend it, because coconut milk tends to separate, so you get all the water on the bottom and then it's all thick on the top. So I'm just going to pour it into our little single serve cup for our blender here. And then we're just gonna give it a little spin. Okay, so we're still waiting for our veggies to continue to saute. So we're just going to add the cumin and some salt and pepper. So we're just gonna do a few sprinkles of this. It'll come out. A little more. Last time I used this, I put way too much. But it's okay. This is gonna be fine. I think that's good. And we'll just add a little bit of salt. A lot of bit of salt. And some black pepper. Okay. So now we're gonna add our chicken just right on top of these veggies. The achiote is still in little chunks. I'm hoping that as it cooks with the chicken, it'll break down. And if not, well, we'll just figure something else out. We're learning together. So now I'm just gonna throw this in. These are really big chicken breasts. And then we're just going to cover it and we're gonna wait a few minutes. Okay, so it's only been about 5 minutes. We just had our chicken covered and I flipped it, but it's still very raw, as you can probably tell. So what we're gonna do next, which is the longest step, is we're going to let the chicken cook in the coconut milk. So I actually divided the coconut milk into 2 parts, and then I added about half a cup of water just to water it down a little bit. So we are going to add part of that, and we're going to let the coconut just kind of cook in there with the chicken for about 40 minutes. So we'll just pour that over, and hopefully this will help our achiote to break down as well. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it covered. Get all that. We're gonna leave it covered and have the heat on low so that it can simmer. And then after about 40 minutes, we'll come back and add the other part of the coconut milk.
One eternity later.
Okay, so our chicken's actually been cooking for about an hour because we lost track of time, but that's okay. That just means hopefully it'll be extra soft. So now what we're gonna do is I chopped up a little bit more cilantro. So we're just going to add that to the chicken, and also I flipped it a couple of times while it was cooking. So if you're making this at home, you might want to do that just so that the color gets all even and stuff. But going to add cilantro on, and then we're gonna take the rest of our coconut milk that we put aside. We're just gonna pour it right in here, probably knocking all the cilantro off, but that's okay. And now what we're gonna do is we're just going to cover it again, and we're just gonna let it sit. I'm gonna turn off the heat. And right now, what we're gonna do is we're going to make some maduros fritos, which are fried plantains. Those go really, really well with just any Ecuadorian dish. I turned on the wrong stove, the wrong burner. So we're just gonna heat up some oil in a pan. And I have a plantain right here. Make sure you use ripe plantains because the green plantains are gonna give you a completely different flavor. And also what we have cooking here in our rice cooker is just some white rice because you can't have an Ecuadorian dish without rice. So let's get the plantain cooking. So what I did was I peeled it already and I cut it in half. And now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take the plantain and you're just gonna slice it. Be very careful so you don't cut yourself. And it's really soft too, so there's no reason to use any excessive force. But yeah, we're just gonna slice plantain here. And then we're gonna drop it in the oil. And you have to be very careful. Well, maybe some of you guys are more careful than I am. I've burned these many times, especially in Ecuador when I made them for my companions and I. If you don't watch them, they'll get pretty dark and crispy. But the great thing about plantains is the riper they get, the easier they are to caramelize, and they get really, really sweet. So we're just gonna drop these in our oil right here. Okay, and then we'll just flip them in about a minute. Okay, there you have it, guys. This is the Encocado de Pollo, and we also have some maduros, fritos, and some rice. So yeah, let me know if any of you guys try making this at home. Tell me how it turns out, and let us know if there are any other recipes that you want us to try. We've each done one from the countries we've served our missions in, but let us know what we should try next, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Okay, bye!